We'll continue from yesterday's class and we'll solve one or two problems today. Okay. Next class we'll start with the push down automata. So in yesterday's class we were doing convert a given grammar, some grammar which is given, which is a CFG context free grammar, into CNF form. CNF means Chomsky's normal form. Okay. So what is Chomsky's normal form? In Chomsky's normal form, there is a restriction on how grammar can look like. That is, you can have a single non-terminal deriving a terminal symbol, okay, which belongs to our alphabet set, or a single non-terminal deriving two non-terminals. So ultimately, it doesn't matter what they give, we have to bring that grammar to this format. To do that, we have to follow 4 steps. First step is to remove epsilon productions. Second step is to remove unit productions. Third step is to remove mixed productions. Mixed means where you have terminals and non-terminals mixed. And finally, you have to remove long productions to get it into either this format or this format. Okay. So let us take this grammar as an example first. Okay. So you have S derives AS, AB. So if you check, do we have to apply first step? Yes, because there is an epsilon production. So you have to apply first step and remove that epsilon productions. Okay. So to remove epsilon production, first step is to find nullable variables, correct? So what is the nullable, which are the nullable variables here? So first C derives epsilon is there. So definitely C is nullable. B derives just C is not there, or even S derives C is not there, right? So the only nullable variable is here is C, okay? And this is because of C derives epsilon. So we have to remove epsilon. We have to remove this particular production from the grammar. So let us see. S derives AS, A or B. This doesn't have C at all, so it will remain as it is. Correct? And B derives, you have BBC, right? So since capital C is nullable, I'll keep it once as it is, and once I'll remove it because it is nullable. Okay. And this BB, anyway it has come, so I am not going to write it again. Now coming to this production, C derives small c, capital C. I'll keep it once as it is, and once I'll make this C as nullable, so it will be capital C deriving C. So we have removed this production. Okay, we have removed this production. So what is the next step? Step 2 is to remove unit productions. Okay. So what is a unit production? If one non-terminal is deriving another non-terminal, something like this, correct? This is called as unit production. If we have them, we have to remove. So do we have a unit production over here? No. A non-terminal deriving a terminal is not unit production, okay? A non-terminal deriving another non-terminal is unit production. Do we have any unit productions here? No. Do we have a unit production here? Yes. Which one? S derives B. So I have to remove S derives B. Okay. So how will I remove S derives B? So take this first production. S derives ASA is as it is. Then B should be replaced by the right hand side of this B derives something. So in place of B, I will write BBC and BB. Okay. So that's my first production. Second one remains as it is. B derives BBC and BB. and third also remains as it is. Okay. So 2 steps are over. What is the third step? Third step is remove mixed productions. Correct? Remove mixed productions. So what are mixed productions? Those which have a combination of terminals and non-terminals is called as a mixed production. So which we have to remove. Now see the first one, S derives ASA, correct? So it is mixed. So I will write small a as TA. Again, this is not a non-terminal T followed by A. This A is subscript. So TA, S and TA. Okay. Similarly here, I have two terminals which is B. So in place of that, I'll write TB. Okay. TB, TB and C. Again here we have two terminal symbols. So I will write it as BB. Okay. So let us write B derives. Again you have BBC. So which will become TB, TBC. And this BB will become TB, TB. Okay. Now come to the third one. C derives. Small c, capital C. So TC and C. But this I am not going to make any changes because it's a single terminal. Right? In CNF, a non-terminal deriving a single terminal is allowed. So I'm not going to make a change over there. Alright. So this is my step 3. So what is step 4? Step 4 is remove long productions. Correct? Remove long productions. So which are long productions? So according to Chomsky's normal form, the only allowed productions are non-terminal deriving a terminal and non-terminal deriving two non-terminals. So anything which has more than two non-terminals is a long production. So I have to get it into two-terminal format. So you can see this portion, we have three symbols. So I'll rewrite this as S derives TA S1. Okay. Because I can have only two symbols and S1 will be these two. So S1 derives STA. Alright. Now let us come to this part. Again it has three symbols. So I will write TB S2 and S2 will be this portion. S2 is equal to TB and C. This has only two non-terminals, so I am not going to disturb that. It will remain as it is. So we have handled this S. Now let us move on to the next one. B. Again this has three non-terminals which I have to reduce to 2. So B derives TB. What is there here? TBC, which is already here, right? S2 derives TBC. So I will simply replace it with S2. Okay, since it's already there, I don't need to put S3. And then TB has only two non-terminals, so that will remain as it is. Now let us come to C. It will be TC and C, two non-terminals and a small c. Of course, in the previous step, I also have to write, because I introduced TA, TB, TC, I also have to introduce TA derives A, TB derives B, and TC derives C. So which will, that's a small c, okay. So which will continue in this step also. TA derives A, TB derives B, and TC derives C. This is my final CNF. It's in the Chomsky's normal form. Now in the chat section, can you tell me whether you have understood? Have you understood this? Or if you have doubts, you have to ask me. Can you tell me whether you have understood or not? I want the response in the chat section. Okay. So since you have said you have understood, now let us solve a problem together. Okay, both of us. I will write a question here. You to convert the given grammar into Chomsky's normal form. Okay. So let me write the grammar. G is equal to S derives ASA, S derives B, B derives BBC, B derives BB, C derives small c capital C, and C derives epsilon. Okay, C derives epsilon. Is this a different question or is it same as the previous question? First tell me that. Is this a different question or is it same as previous question? Unmute and tell me, or you can put it in the chat section. It's the same question. Okay. So did you figure it out even before I said, or you after I asked you went through and figured it out? Hmm? So this is already solved. I don't know how many people started solving it. This is already solved. So let me give you a different question. This is from exercise, okay? Textbook exercise. And next whatever we are solving also is from the exercise part of textbook. And some of the answers in the textbook are wrong. Please, I've given you the solution manual, but some answers in the textbook are wrong because after removing epsilon productions also they have maintained epsilon in the result, which is wrong. Okay, so you be little careful. I mean, if you are confident, you will know when in textbook the answer is wrong. So solve this. This is for you. Solve this. S derives ABC. Okay. A derives A capital C or D. Okay. B derives small b capital B or A or epsilon. C derives capital A small c or capital C small c or epsilon, and D derives AA. Okay. So what is the first step? Let me write all the 4 steps. First step is remove epsilon productions. This is what you have to do first. Second step is remove unit productions. Third step is remove mixed productions. And last step is remove long productions. Okay. Now I want you to complete the first step. Remove epsilon productions. Do it. Okay. And let us see the answer whether you get it correct. I'll give you 5 minutes to do that. No, I think 2 minutes are enough, but okay. Remove epsilon productions. Solve this. And let us see the answer. Remove the epsilon productions. Before removing the epsilon productions, find which are nullable, okay? Which are nullable. In the chart section, can you tell me which are the nullable variables? Which are the nullable non-terminals? Tell me which are nullable. Okay, so I think all of you are giving me the correct answer, so I am happy. B and C are nullable, correct? B and C are nullable. Why? Because you have B derives epsilon and C derives epsilon, and there is nothing else which uses only B and C. For example, if S derives BC was there, no? If at all you had S derives BC, then because B is nullable, C is nullable, S also would have been nullable. But since you do not have anything like that over here, only B and C are nullable. You are right. So continue with the answer. Okay. Continue solving it. So you have two nullable symbols, one is B and one is C. So basically you have to remove B derives epsilon and you have to remove C derives epsilon. These two you have to remove. Okay. So tell me when it's done. In the chat section, tell me after the step is completed. It's 12:20 in my watch. So take 2 or 3 minutes and okay. One person has completed solving. Very good. Only Neha has completed. Anybody else? Anyone else has completed? It's a straightforward substitution, isn't it? Only one person has completed. Neha, can you share the answer until at least one or two of them complete? Of course, I'll solve it. If you are comfortable typing, share the answer. Let me see. At least share S derivation. S derives what? Correct. Correct. Anybody else completed? ಎಲ್ಲ ಬದುಕೇ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Perfect, correct. Correct, Neha. Move, go ahead. B derives? Yes, perfect. C? Correct. What about D? Yeah, perfect. That's the right answer, whatever Neha has shared. Next step, I would like somebody else to tell me the answer, okay? Anyway, remove epsilon production. Because B and C are nullable, okay? If you take S derives ABC, first time I'll write it as it is. Then I'll make B as nullable. So it leaves me AC. Next I'll make C as nullable, which will leave me AB. And then I'll make both of them as nullable. So which will leave me A. Okay. So this is for S. Now coming to A, in this C is nullable. So AC I'll write as it is once and once I'll make C as nullable. So this is what I am left with regarding A. Now let us take B here. As you can see, B is nullable, correct? So B derives small b, capital B, I'll write once as it is and once I'll make this B as nullable. Alright? And then B derives A, I will write. Of course, I am removing B derives epsilon. So this is what I am left with. Now coming to C, C derives AC will remain as it is. In CC, I'll write capital C, small c once as it is and once I'll make this as nullable. So obviously I'm removing C derives epsilon. D, there will be no change. So D derives AA will remain as it is. Okay. Now next one, remove the unit productions. Do it. Remove unit production. So how many unit productions are there here in this? You can see There is an S derives A, which is a unit production. There is a B derives A, which is a unit production. There is an A derives D. 3 unit productions are there. Correct? This is small c, okay? Small c. So 3 unit productions you have to remove. So removing means what? You will be replacing this with the right hand side. That's all. Correct? So I'll give you 2 minutes. Do it. Do it and tell me when it is done. Okay? Tell me when you have removed unit productions. You see here, B is deriving A and A is deriving D, correct? And D is not deriving any non-terminal. It is not a part of unit production. So I can start with this one easily, okay? So A derives AC, A. Now in place of D, I am going to replace the right hand side of D, that is AA, correct? So I have removed this A derives D. Next, let us come to B derives A, right? So let me do that. So B derives BB will remain as it is this. Now in place of B derives A, I will write the right hand side of A. So AC, A or AA. So I removed this B derives A. Finally, I can remove S derives A. So S derives ABC, AC, AB, I'll write as it is. And S derives A, again this A will be replaced by the right hand side of A. So AC, A and AA. Okay. Did you get the same answer, all of you? And C derives, remaining you write as it is, AC, CC or C, and D derives AA. Okay. Can you tell me in the chat section if you have any doubts or if you got the same answers? Tell me if you got the same answer in the chat section. Okay. A few of them said they got the same answers. Now do the third step. Right? Do the third step, that is remove mixed productions. Remove mixed productions. So wherever you have a combination of terminals and non-terminals, make them all into non-terminals. Only place where you won't apply that rule is where you have a single terminal. Leave single terminals as it is, other than where you have single terminal symbols. All others, if you have a combination of terminal, non-terminal or two terminals, convert them to non-terminals. Why? Because CNF says you can have a non-terminal deriving a terminal or non-terminal deriving non-terminals. Correct? So that's why we are preparing the right hand side to this format. Okay? So do it. Let me give you 2 minutes. Okay. I think it should be done by now. So S derives A, B, C. All three are non-terminal symbols. So no problem. Again AC, non-terminals, no problem. Correct? AB, both are non-terminals, no problem. But here you see small a and capital C. So small a will be replaced by some symbol. Let us call it as TA. Okay? And C will remain as it is. Now this is a single A. I won't disturb it because it's already in this format. Here you have two terminal symbols. I'll call it as TA and TA. Okay? Single A I'm writing as it is. Now here in this equation, you introduced a new symbol TA, which is A. You're calling A as TA. Okay. Now let us take this A. First one, it's a combination of terminal and non-terminal. So TA and C, right? This A I'm going to leave as it is. This AA will become TA, TA. Okay. This A I kept as it is. Now everything is in the format. Now let us take B. B derives a combination of terminal and non-terminal. So small b, I'll write it as TB, capital B. Okay. This is single, so I'll leave it as it is. This one will become TAC, single as it is, and TA. So single were A and B. I'm just putting them in the end, that's all. Okay. So here I introduced a new symbol called as TB to replace B. Alright. Now coming to third one, C. This is capital A, small c. So T derives capital A, TC. Okay. And this is capital C, small c. Small c is replaced as TC. This small c will not be replaced because it's a single terminal. Okay. So we're going to keep it as it is. So what did I introduce now? I introduced TC. So TC derives C. And ultimately I had one more, that is D derives AA. Okay. D derives AA. I hope this is clear. Okay. And I hope you had done it correctly also. And my final step is to remove long productions. Okay. Means if you have more than two non-terminals on the right hand side, you have to reduce it. Correct? So let us do it. Let us take this. In this I have more than two non-terminals. So I will write it as S derives AS1. And what is S1? S1 is BC. Okay. S1 is BC. Now AC, AB, TAC, TATA and A are already all in the format. That is, they are either two non-terminals or I have a single terminal. So no issues with that. Correct? So I'll just copy them. Next, TA derives A. Again, that's in the format itself. Right? Next, come to this. This is also in the format itself, isn't it? You have either two non-terminals or you have a single terminal. So no problem with this. Actually, if you see all others, you can simply copy them as it is, isn't it? All of them are in the format. All of them are there in the format. So we can just copy them as it is for my final answer. Okay. I hope this is clear. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Otherwise, you can mark the attendance and leave. Have you understood?